and today I am sitting with...
I'm David with Japanime Games.
Well, can you tell me about this Kamigami Battles I'm hearing about? Because there's a lot of sexy ladies on that cover.
There's a lot of sexy ladies on the cover. Kamigami Battles is a 2 to 6 player card battle game. You're going to be playing one of the gods or goddesses. In this edition of the game, it's going to be Roman and Norse gods, or Greek and Roman and then Norse gods. And you will choose one of those gods who will give you an asymmetrical power for the rest of the game that you can then use to hire disciples and warriors to fight for you to become the most powerful god or to eliminate all of the other gods. In the 2 to 6 player version, you can play individual with player elimination, where you're getting rid of everybody else, or once you reach a certain power level, the game ends. The other option is if you don't like player elimination, you can also do team battle in the game as well. One of the major aspects of the game is this was originally based on a game called Kamigami Battles, which we have then revitalized, fixed a lot of the broken issues in the original game, some of the unbalancing issues in the game, as well as added in a couple things like we now have temples in the games. The temples give you additional powers that work in conjunction with your god or goddess that allow you to do some extra, cool stuff on your turn. Plus, gives you kind of a shield because people want to remove that because they can choose to attack the god or they can choose to attack the temple. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an extra strength, can make the game last a little longer if you want. But what's nice is it is an optional add-on, so you can have a shorter game by just playing a god or a longer game by having the temple on as well.
So roughly how long do you think a game will last for?
I usually say this is about a 60 to 90 minute game. Once you know the game and you know the cards, I could see someone playing it in 40 to 60 minutes. But if it's your first time and you're getting used to the game, probably 60 to 90 minutes for the first couple times you play it.
And how many gods and goddesses are there? Because I noticed there's also zodiac signs included here, and just how many characters are we dealing with here?
That's a very good question. I think it's 12, but we also have additional promo gods and goddesses that you can get for this set as well. Later this year at Gen Con, we're going to be releasing River of Souls, which has Egyptian and Babylonian gods and goddesses. And then we're also going to be releasing expansion sets that have Chinese, Japanese, Indian, and Celtic gods. I'm really excited about the Celtic ones because the art on them is just awesome. It's really cool.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So, Battle of the Nine Realms, that's the first one, and that's on sale right now?
Yep.
Okay. And last question that I have, yes. Who's your favorite?
That's a good question. I probably would say that Loki is my favorite because A, she looks awesome. The art for her is super cool. But my other reason that I like it, she kind of speeds up the game and forces people to lose power and make things happen a little bit faster, and people have to struggle to keep up with her, which I really like.
All right, and is there any other notes that you want to tell us before we end today?
No, I think that's pretty much everything on this game. I definitely recommend checking it out. The other thing that is cool about this game that is different than some of the other games is the cards that you get. This is a deck builder game, so it is a deck builder card battle game, which one of the complaints I hear a lot about with deck builders is not enough player interaction. This gives you all the player interaction because you are actively trying to get rid of the other people in the game. So if you're looking for a deck builder with lots of player interaction, this is finally that game for people. The other thing that's cool about it too is as you're assembling cards for your deck, based on the types of cards you get, you can link those cards together and combo those cards. So when you're buying cards, you're having to think, it's kind of like Magic the Gathering. How many lands do you want, in your deck? If you do too many, you're not going to be able to do everything you want. If you do too few, you might be limited on what you want to do as well. So it gives you that balance that you're having to choose as you're playing the game. So there's a lot to think about. It's got a lot of depth to it, and I like it a lot.
I like how it sounds like a card game, God of War, kill all the other gods situation.
Yeah.
I am very into this. You're appealing to a dark side of me, and I appreciate it.
Well, the other thing that I like about it is, yes, you can kill all the other gods, but one of the things that's nice is an alternative win condition is if you reach a certain power level, you can also win. So essentially, if you dominate everyone else, you become the most powerful god. Everyone has to just bow to your will.
Oh, but that sounds like a pacifist route. Do we really want to do that?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, thank you so much.
Hey, no problem.